Hello, I'm Mike Wilson, and welcome to Comcast Newsmakers from the Indiana State House. We've got officials and lawmakers from across the state. They're joining me, and we're having some pretty good discussions about all of the issues that are coming up this legislative session. And one of the issues that you've really been at the forefront on, we have Senator Tallian joining us right now. Marijuana has come up quite a bit.
Isn't it amazing?
It is. Do you feel like very avant-garde right now because you were at the forefront of this issue?
Actually, I feel really old right now because it's taken so long. Yeah, 8 years ago when I first filed the very first bill to do a study committee, you know, I didn't think I was asking for much. But that didn't go through. It died in the House. And so this year I was really surprised when Speaker Bosma came up to me and said, "Oh, by the way, we're gonna have a study committee this year." And I thought, good, good. It's about time.
Yeah. So I mean, there's got to be some sense of accomplishment, right? At this point, I mean, I know you're just kind of still moving the ball forward, and it's a slow process, as you know. You're a lawmaker; you get that stuff.
Yeah, and it's been very slow, but. You know, at a time when I was the only person who would even talk about it, till now, when we've got, I don't know, 15 or 20 bills that have either been filed and some of them are moving, yeah, it's sort of, I kind of sit in the back row and just nod and smile and hope that everybody catches up.
Yeah, I mean, I remember all the gasping and pearl clutching when you first even like dared to bring up the issue.
Right.
Which was a gutsy move, I think, on your part. I mean, that was pretty impressive. And you were, yeah, this should be a thing. Let's do, you know, maybe start with medical marijuana. Let's talk about the marijuana issue, though, and get it out there so people are having that discussion in an adult way that's like an understanding way, that's sort of free of the stigma that might be associated with marijuana.
Right. You mean Reefer Madness and all those movies?
Right. Nobody's jumping out of windows.
That's right.
Yeah, or, you know, rolling around in the garage or whatever. This
Right.
is actually a pretty normal, you know, the way that people behave on this in a somewhat responsible way, not nearly as erratic anyway as we would have seen portrayed on, you know, movies made in the 30s and 40s.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So where do you think we're at this point, and where do you want to be?
Well, there are a couple of things. The industrial part of this business, meaning industrial hemp, and you know, hemp for fiber, hemp for rope, all of those kind of things. I think that has gotten a life of its own now, and there's a whole segment of business people and agricultural interests who are out there moving that. And now that we have finally managed to kind of separate in people's minds industrial hemp versus hemp with THC, I think that's gone a long way towards letting those people get out from under the yoke of being stigmatized as, oh no, you're growing marijuana.
Right,
you know?
right.
So I think that has taken off. There's an industrial hemp bill. Well, there was a seed bill a couple of years ago that passed out unanimously. There's an industrial hemp bill now this year that is going the same way. So that's taken on its own life. The decriminalization aspect of this, you know, we haven't gotten to that yet, but over the past few years, during all the criminal justice reform bills, we did manage to get possession of marijuana is no longer a felony in the state of Indiana. You know, that was kind of quiet. We did that kind of quietly, but as far as I'm concerned, that was a big thing. I'd like to get it out of the misdemeanor category so that we, you know, if kids are smoking pot, they don't need to have a criminal record. And then, of course, the third thing is what's going on right now is medical marijuana. And I will tell you, I think there's 70 to 80% public support for this.
Okay.
And I can't understand why we can't move this a little faster.
All right. Senator Tallian, thank you so much for your time.
You bet.
And for more conversations with community leaders, please join us at ComcastNewsmakers.com.